I'm just typing the title now. Okay, 2 seconds while I just tell it where it's going, and let's get back and then we can begin. Okay. Hello and welcome to this afternoon session, day 2 of the Voices of Strength Summit. It has been an amazing journey. I've been on a roller coaster of emotion, and I know when we listen to the fabulous Sam Dossa that I don't know, am I going to need tissues today? Will I be laughing and crying with laughter? I don't know, but I'm sure whatever Sam says will be absolutely wonderful, it'll be inspiring, and most importantly, it will get you to think and perhaps take action. Although this summit is targeting men because it's about, as Sam's got there, mental health. It's all about that. But women need to hear these stories. I've been blown away by some of these stories and the vulnerability, and I'm sure that's going to happen today. So let's start. So Sam, we're born to win, but conditioned to fail. And I love that. Now, you're talking about the superpower within. So maybe that will become part of what you want to talk about first. So let's just a little bit about who you are. So Sam is a father, a husband, a mental health advocate, emotional intelligence catalyst, mentor, business and personal coach, relationship coach, and founder of Mental Health. I think that says a lot about Sam. He's a wise man. He has been through his life. He's learnt his lessons. He's had his dark times, his happy times, and they are all vital for helping you find your purpose in life that adds meaning when you serve others. And I know, I've known Sam for a number of years now. He is all about service to other people. So without further ado, Sam, the spotlight is yours.
Thank you, Brenda, for inviting me to be on the platform again, and it was a pleasure being a participant on the Voices of Strength as well. And it's amazing journey with all the participants in the book. Everybody has a great story to share and to indulge as many people with their journey, what they've gone through. So as Brenda mentioned, my name is Sam Dossa, and the title of my talk today is Superpower Within. Before I begin deep diving into certain things which Brenda started with saying that a lot of challenges we go through in our life, and the word challenges has become in my life an adventure because challenge, everybody calls it challenges. I call it adventures because adventures have so many ups and downs, but you enjoy every adventure in a different way you look at it. So that's why somebody says to me challenges, I say, why don't we call it adventure? So I will begin with the adventure. I had so many adventures. Everything comes for a reason. And sometimes we don't know at that particular time because we are so much grows into so many things, and we always feel, why me? Why I have been taunted, or why I've been given that sort of grief in my career, in my personal life, in my emotional life, and all sorts of lives which we are having at this transition, in this transient world at this moment in time. But what I've learned through my adventures is to accept and acknowledge whatever comes in towards me, whether it was a good or a bad. It came after at least 45 years, after 45 years. So I would say I was not saying that I have learned this all. Prior to that, once upon a time, there was a time when I felt so much energized and so much connected to the universal guidance and light. And I think I lost it because I just got involved in a couple of other things in life. But once I reconnected, and started to establish that connection. It has opened different doors for me, trying to acknowledge and accept so many blessings. And the superpowers we are talking about, there are superpowers within us, are there. We just have to discover them, because we are living in this society. We are being told, we are being conditioned so deeply that we forget about our own superpowers, because we think that what they are saying, it must be tested, it must be done properly. That's why we have to just follow the herd. We are not being given an opportunity to outspoke our own self and talk about what is important to us as an individual, because we live around those people who dictate us what to do. They did not allow us to open up and share our own wisdom. So surround yourself with those who uplift you, not drag you down. The superpower within you, you have to discover. The best way to discover is to have some good habits, to have some things which actually help you to grow within yourself. You know, people talk about mindfulness. Is it mindful or is mindful? It's depending on how you write it down on a piece of paper. Because sometimes we say, oh, I am in a mindful place or mindful space, but we are still thinking about to complete different chores in the day or in the hour. We can't focus, and that's called completely mindful with things. So it's a practice. One has to start doing a practice. Self-awareness. Self-awareness creates a vibration within yourself and within the universe. Connects to those vibrations, which brings calmness, which brings certainty going forward, which brings happiness, which brings hopefulness, which brings worthiness. And these are all things which will bring that with the vibration you create. What vibration you send, you receive the vibration back. And the superpower we talk about, it a continuous journey. You have to develop that superpower. You know, sometimes we are very trying to be vocal, trying to be say I know everything. I can tell you whatever you ask, I'm going to give you an answer. Sometimes we just have to be quiet and observant. That's another superpower. Be observant. Be quiet. Sometimes just listening is more important than talking. That's why we have given 2 ears and 1 mouth to listen and talk less. That's another superpower. Listen. To hear people, being attentive. Why there are so many relations breaks down? Because we do not listen. We hear things, we are not attentive to the person, and we are just saying to the person, yes, I am listening, but you are not. And that's the biggest issue people experience within their relationship, within their business, within their jobs. Boss does not listen to you, you don't listen to the boss. There are a lot of problems within husband and wife, within siblings, you name it. I've been through my journey. We as men, we are good fixers. We fix things. If you say something to a man will start fixing things to you. Because not every man, but there are men who have learned to listen. I've been through my journey as well. And I have learned to listen more than talk or trying to find the solution until somebody asks me to find a solution. But it's not my solution. I will ask the question, what do you think? How do you want to resolve this issue? How do you want to find the solution? And this is, you are discovering your own superpower, because sometimes what happens is you need a guide to help you to search for that superpower. And that's what we need to discover the superpower within us. So don't be afraid to deep dive. and trying to search for that superpower which is within you. And that is the key to the success you going forward with it. Because as I said to myself, I have gone through with so many brilliant adventures. A father of, I would say, me and my, between us, we have 5 daughters. And I have to be emotionally intelligent. And that emotional intelligence comes in a very right time in my life. I have been given a great book called Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman. And I did not actually read that book. I did not read that book because at that time I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready about it. That emotion is something which I wanted to consider. I did read some chapters because I was going through with my own journey. Does not understand emotional intelligence at that time. But the thing, in 2007, somebody gave me the book, but that book actually helped me in 2015. At least exactly 8 years. And these 8 years were the journey where I had so many adventures. I gone through with so many things in my life. I elevated my soul to the next level. I elevated my emotional intelligence to the next level. I started understanding what emotional intelligence is all about, self-awareness, empathy. I've been a counselor. I've done a couple of other courses. I'm a speaker. I've done so many things. But sometimes what happens is sometimes you have to be in that diving into deeper or in the driving seat as well to find that superpower. We all have superpower, but because we are conditioned, we actually do not touch those superpower. We are afraid to touch those superpower. Don't be afraid. Try it. Start it to work on it. It's the beginning of no end. Because once you connect to that superpower, you feel energized. You will find yourself in a space of, I would say, upliftment, space of that tranquility you are looking for. And that space is so, so beautiful that you don't want to leave that space. And that journey started for me for a reason. The reason is that I'm an empathetic person. I'm a person who would be looking for other people to uplift themselves. So I always help and support them in engaging with their journey, trying to uplift them. It's not that I do not want to uplift myself. I've been working on myself. Every day is a working day. It's not that I'm not learning. I'm learning every day. And that's the beauty of it. I learn from my children. I learn from my wife. I learn from my friends. I learn from everybody. And that's the beauty of that. You should be a learner. You can't say that I know everything. Nobody knows everything. And that's the beauty of engaging in your superpower. Superpower is a regular tonic. You need to feed yourself so that it will engage with you. Sometimes you happen, sometimes people says to you, oh, I'm having problem with my remembrance. People say, eat some almonds. Do this, do that. Oh, I'm having problem with my legs. Oh, go for a walk. This is a habit you create. You do slowly and gradually increases your stamina, increases your immune system, brings everything together in a place where you have a boost in your body. And that gives you that internal rush and allow you to think outside the box. And that was the episode happens in my life. I've gone through those special adventures which needed me to have that boost or sometimes universal kick, I would say, that it requires you to have that kick because sometimes universe sends you so many simple messages which you do not listen. And sometimes universe will give you a very hard kick, so to realize that now is the time to move on. I had a journey where I lost a marriage after 17 years. That was another adventure, I would say. I was so disheartened, sitting in a house in one corner, and it was completely dead silent in the house. And I felt like, oh my God, entire my life has crumbled down on me. But I receive a message. Build on your self within you, because you have that capacity. And that's what I did. I started a routine. The routine was so strong that I woke up early in the morning, go to the gym, go to work, come back, and then I have a good sleep. So I have a same cycle again and again and again. I reconnected to that universal guide, and that guided me to the next path. And this is what the superpower have when you started to ignite that. That ignition is very important. We are all here connected to that universal light. We just have to find that individual person who will lit your light to get you to the next level. I'm not a saint. I'm just a normal human being. I'm also experiencing an exemplary things happening around me and acknowledging them, whether it's good thing or bad thing. And that's the beauty of it. That's what I learned after a long time, that whatever happens, just acknowledge that. And that another superpower for you, to acknowledge things which are coming towards you, whether it's good or bad. You don't know the answer, the hidden answer behind that. Because everybody says, oh, the door is closed, the door is closed. But you're looking at the closed door. Why don't you look at the 100 doors which are open? But we just wanted to focus on that door which is closed. And we forget the 100 doors are open, which have answer to all my problems. But we don't look at that because we are conditioned. We are conditioned to work as a slave to others. We are not being given an opportunity to work as a businessman or businesswoman, because we all have been told, be educated, graduate, get a degree, and work for somebody. This is conditioning. We have been conditioned from our childhood. Our four ancestors were conditioned to do that. Sometimes you have to break that cycle. The breaking of that cycle requires the tenacity, the commitment, the belief, and discipline. And you will see, once you bring all those things, all those ingredients together, how powerful that becomes. And that powerful source will create immersion in you to be a new person. And that will be your core superpower and gives you the purpose of your life. And that's what I would like to share with you now. And I will say, there is no such thing as impossible. Break the word. It says, I am possible. And that's the beauty of read. I say read between the lines. Answers is always present in front of you. Because our mind plays so many significant dance, we forget to see the reality of words and reality of life in front of us. We started to go towards a different route to find an answer, but the answer is always in front of you. Because that's what we call it. We are so much glued in our head. No news. Don't watch news, because it does not have good things in it. Read books, listen to podcasts or audiobooks. These are the ingredients you need to bring into your system. Listen, Listen to the right things. Watch the right things. Surround yourself with the right people. Those people will tell you the qualities which you have. Sometimes you don't see those qualities within you because you always doubt yourself. Am I a good person? Am I a good listener? Am I a very empathetic person? Sometimes I have to tell you, you got all those qualities. Even sometimes you don't believe that, but sometimes you have to start believing, yes, I am the right person. I am. Have to have that statement. And that statement is very important. So you have to say to yourself that you love yourself. If you do not have that universal light within you, your body is just an empty shell. You have to say, I love myself. I am so proud of myself. I am strong. And these are all the ingredients for your superpower to bring into that level of commitment to yourself to go forward. So today, I would say to you, deep dive into yourself and find that superpower which is within you. You are not alone. You are not alone. We are all in this journey together. Love you.
Thank you very much, Sam. Absolutely lovely. I love that. And I'll tell you what I loved about your speech is I loved its simplicity. And I love that it was spoken in a way with language that will resonate with everybody, no matter who they are. And that takes great skill to come across as a speaker with that amount of clarity. So I would like to congratulate you for sharing that. And of course, I know you're always vulnerable, and you know the power within. And I'm looking at what you've got written up there. You've got do all things with kindness. It's so important to be kindness. Do you want to say something about that, and then we can ask Nareesh if she's got a comment or a question?
Yeah, sure. Kindness. It's one of those things, you know. Kindness is very important. You know, everything you do with kindness, first of all, be kind to yourself. Is extremely important. Sometimes we are very harsh on ourselves, and I'm guilty of that. I'm not saying that I know about everything. I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I don't give time to myself and give time to do things which I want to do. Don't have enough sleep. Sometimes do not have enough water in a day. Be kind to yourself first, because your body is your temple. If you don't look after yourself, how are you going to look after others? My mantra was always there. I'm number one. If the number one is not strong and healthy, how am I going to support other people? Yeah, if you are a leader, leaders have followers. And if I'm a leader and if I have a followers, I need to make sure that my followers stand by me and I guide them through to the next level of journey what they are on. If I'm not going to be a good leader, how am I going to support them? So kindness is very important in every aspect of your journey of your life, whether it be your own health, whether it be your own business, whether it is all is also going to be your community. But first thing, start with yourself and your family, and the rest of the things comes next. But sometimes we become so engrossed with things, we forget ourselves, and we just give, and then we said, oh, my cup is empty. What I'm going to do now?
Mm.
That's what I want to say. Be kind to yourself. Make sure that you have replenishment of your own cup first before you give it to somebody else.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I liked what you said. I liked just one comment, and then Nareesh, if you want to come in. Yesterday, Colin, he spoke about be number one, and it was something he learned as a young policeman by one of the sergeants. I don't know if it was sergeant at the time, but you know, one of his superiors. and it stayed with him. But he didn't. It's like what you're saying. Although we know to drink more water, do we do it every day? No, I've not had enough water today because in between doing the summit, I'm trying to catch up with other things. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, God, I haven't had a drink yet. So you're right. We're human. Sometimes, you know, the thing is, it's like we've got a treasure chest, and we know we can go in and use the tools because we know how to use the tools, which, you know, another person might not have the same level of tools as us. So we share those tools, you know. So I really loved that you brought that up today. And I thought, yeah, that's obviously something that men like to hear. Be number one first. I think it's really good, you know. So Nareesh, do you want to ask a question or say something?
Yes, please. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Oh, lovely listening to Sam. I could listen to him
Thank you.
all day, honestly,
Thank you.
Brenda. It's
Thank
just,
Yes.
Sam came into my life, and I can't say anything. It's so lovely to have Sam in our life, honestly. He's helped me a lot. And I just love your mug as well, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, my wife gave me this Mr. Wright, and Mrs. Wright has been broken, so we are looking
Oh.
for right now.
Oh dear. I've got so many questions and I've forgotten now. I mean, I'm just saying there's no fault in you at all. And the way you've been helping everybody, you've helped me. Whereas I couldn't even speak at one time. I couldn't talk about anything. And then you and Rita came in my life and got me out of that. And so, you know, it's a good thing to listen, like you said. I love that. Listen more, talk less. In my life, I've always done things for everyone, but never thought of myself. And I think at this age where, as you know, I've got health conditions, and I think sometimes I think back thinking, oh my God, I never thought of myself. I've always just worked, and never done anything for myself at all. Family, children, friends, everybody. You know, as you know, I was in business many years.
Yes.
But you know, it comes to a time where you sort of need to number one.
Yes.
And so I've started to do that. But like I've got something here which I written years ago.
Okay.
And it was, I don't know, I must have heard it somewhere. And it was my mission. This was my mission. Can I just read it? It's just
Yeah, absolutely. Share with us.
it was my mission in life is not mainly to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. And I never did it. I wrote it down many years ago.
See that everything has come together now. Listen, well, sometimes what happens is in our life, in our journey, is the universal way of saying that sometimes you have to wait, or sometimes you have to engage. Sometimes you will say no. Sometimes a lot of people, you must have heard, as Brenda must have heard, people were saving their money also. We're going on holiday, we're going on holiday, we're going to go on holiday. Husband and wife working so hard, and one of them passed away. Now what you're going to do? What you're going to do with that money you've been saving? And that's thing what I've learned from that as well. Somebody give me a gift, give me something, I open in front of them and say, listen, I'm going to start using it.
Yeah.
Why should I keep it?
Yeah. Enjoy it now.
Enjoy it. And they will be very happy that I opened it, I start using it, and they will see, oh my God, he's already good. Because I just wanted to make sure that I have this, you know, every moment, every second counts. Every second counts. Every second you have that blessing with you. If you just cultivate those blessings, you know, everybody says, oh, we go to sleep every night and we wake up. Oh, that's very great. No, so but you just think about it. Just think about it. Go to sleep. That means you are in that death state.
Yeah.
You wake up next morning, you should have been saying, thank God I got up next morning. To be be grateful that you are awake. Otherwise, you would have been not awake. So those small gratitude of pearls we started to put together, and it will become a garland of so much happiness. That's why what happened is we are so colluded in our head. We take everything for granted, that this world is as a permanent residency, thinking, oh, we're going to be here for the rest of our journey, not realizing it will go so quickly.
Yeah,
So
and I think you always need somebody to wake you up, because sometimes, you know, you're half asleep, just you know, working, doing things, and but you know, like you're half asleep really, unless somebody comes along and shakes you.
no, universe shakes you so many
Yeah,
times, but we
yeah,
ignore the universe.
yeah,
Then
yeah,
universe send you somebody who is going to start shaking you. Come
yeah,
on, wake
yeah,
up, wake up. What are you
mm,
doing? You are like a robot now.
yeah,
You haven't
yeah,
got a life. You know, we had
mm,
this person who passed away, unfortunately. He went to the hospital and the doctor said to him, how are you walking and surviving? Your system does not have blood.
mm,
And he was given 2 bags of blood. Then he
mm,
started feeling better. And then he went for a pilgrimage. And he completed his pilgrimage. He came back and he passed away. That was his journey. And he was only 63. No.
no,
So that's what I'm saying. You know, we forget. We say, oh, you know what? Let's just forget about us, me. Yeah, let me think about. I'll say, oh, so Nash, what's your problem? You say, oh, my problem. This is. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to find a solution for you. This and that. Nobody's think about. Okay, Sam, what's your issues, mate? What
yeah,
are you going through? And
mm,
that's what has happened. We always think somebody's problem solved. I will be feeling very satisfied. I've helped somebody.
mm,
What you are doing, actually, you're taking their problem into your own shoulders,
yeah,
not
yeah,
realizing, correct?
yeah,
And that's what happens. It's better
mm,
to protect ourselves before we start helping others. Why don't you help yourself? Because why don't we help ourselves? Because we have been conditioned to help others.
others, yeah, yeah.
That's what we do.
Oh, many years ago, I was listening to something religious. I mean, I'm quite religious. I mean, I love my prayers. I mean, I can't get up in the morning unless I do my prayers. And there was a saying to a lady, and she was talking about the pearls. You know how you said collect pearls, and she said, imagine a glass jar, a bottle, nice bottle, you know. And every time you do something, you put a pearl in, and then I started to do that. Like, you know, every time I used to do something good, I used to put a little pearl in there, and my bottle is about that big only, and then it just stopped. Then I stopped doing thinking about myself. I was just helping everybody else, like, you know. And I know now I understand, you know, when you said that, I really do understand.
Yeah, because
Mm,
that's
mm,
the beauty of it. That's the
yeah,
beauty of
yeah.
it.
Like I said, Sam, you always need somebody to guide you, even though God is there, but you still need somebody to guide you. And you and Rita have been there for me. Love you
We
guys.
are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed to be in your life as a guide, because we are being have our own journey as well, and we are
Yes, I know,
blessed.
I understand. I
It's
understand.
so wonderful. And what you said, I remember, you know, particularly, you know, as we get older and things happen to people. And I remember, I don't know about you and maybe yourself, Sam, you used to go to have perfume. I'd have a sort of cheapy bottle that I put on during the day, and I'd have a nice bottle or something, and I would only use it for good. And I would have all these clothes, I'll only wear that then.
Yes.
Now I use the best of everything every day.
Everything.
Because I tell you what to think about. This is what this changed my mind. I can't remember who told me. It must have been something I've listened to. And it was, everything's beautiful. You've got to think beauty from within and then outside yourself. So the idea is, sometimes we just make do with stuff, don't we? Because we don't think we're good enough. It's actually a reflection of who we are. But now I just want to surround myself with beautiful things, beautiful people, have beautiful thoughts, use beautiful words. And I talk about, I love being in Brenda's life. I love seeing the world through Brenda's eyes, because it's a beautiful place.
That's lovely.
You know, but it takes, yeah, but it takes time, as Sam's been saying. I haven't always thought like this, but now I think once I got into my 60s, I was like, yes, I felt liberated for some reason. Don't ask me.
No, are you 60 years old? That's not true.
I'm 65.
Oh, no way.
Oh, Brenda, you're same age as me.
There you go. You know what I mean? But so that energy comes from within.
It is.
So if
Yes.
you look at all the big gurus out there who live a spiritual life, they don't look their age. Because ages because our spirit is ageless. Our body ages, but our spirit isn't. I have the same spirit today as I had when I was a child. So that's one of my secrets to looking and feeling young.
Yes, somebody says to me that, Sam, what's your age? I say, I'm only 8 years old, mate. Only 8 years old. You know, you need to start thinking of that way, because my daughters always say, oh, Daddy, you are going to be old. And I say, no, I'm not old. I'm becoming younger. Yeah. If you always plus your age, you do not have to double your age. You just plus your age. If you are 65, you're only 11 years old. That's the beauty of it.
I have a mug and it says on it, it's got 60, but it says I'm 18 with 42 years experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, and I think when you like that, it does give you an energy, it gives you an outlook, it gives you that child on wonder. Let's have a go. Children don't think, oh no, they just get stuck in. It's particularly when they're younger. As they get older, they learn to be conditioned like the rest of us. And then you've got to start. So you put all the layers on the onion or on the pearl, if you want to start with a pearl. And then you've got to then take all the layers away again to reveal the divinity that's within you. Because we're a light and we're a divinity made from, whether you call it God, Allah, superpower, whatever name you attach to it, but that's who we are. And when you begin to have that revelation through doing meditations, listening to people, reading the right books, my goodness, it's so liberating. And you're right, don't watch television, read a book, come and listen to these podcasts. Look, I'm telling you, if I got a room of 500 men and put them in a room and then had all the voices of strength talk, those men they'd be surrounding everybody. But why do we not have 100 people listening to this today? Why? Where are they? Why are they not coming? Because they'll all moan, they'll all say they need something. I have got together all these amazing men to share their stories, which takes guts. But yet, where are they?
They're hiding.
Exactly.
Everybody does not feel that they are number one. They only feel that they are just underneath somewhere.
I know. Anyway, there we have it. I don't know if Ritu wants to bring something out of you or not. She's been sitting quietly listening, supporting you, which I love. I mean, two amazing human beings that support and guide so many people. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to know them, to be friends with them. Not that we've done much recently. So glad I haven't had a lot to do with Rita recently, and yet there was a time when we were always together. So, but that's it. You never lose your friendship. Sometimes your path takes you down a different direction. But do you know what? You always are brought back together. Because when did I meet you, Sam? It's got to be about 6-7 years ago.
No, we met at it was quite interesting
futurist. It was a futurist.
Yeah, to Yash's or I forgot her name as well. We met, and then since then we were just working as a just combo in different ways.
Yeah. But that's got to be 6-7 years ago at least.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
You know. So and this is what I love about life and the work that we do, because you like, so Sam, we've been doing quite a bit between the book, this, and there's a few more things coming up. So That's great. And then Sam will go away and do something, because actually before I let you go, we've really only got a couple of minutes left. But before I let you go, Sam, can you just please talk a wee bit about mental health, please, so that we can get people to connect with you?
Yeah, sure. So mental health, this is what you see on my, well, here or here, wherever you see here, I think. On my right hand side, you can see there is a logo for mental health. It's for men, but it's not open. It's open for everybody, because men, especially we as men, are not emotionally available, because we do not talk about emotions. We have been always told that to be strong, to be macho, don't show your emotion, because about other people will think of you as less competent. Within the company as well, you have to show that who holds the authority, and if you don't show the authority, people will be heavier on you and they will not listen to you. Same happens within your home ground or home. People only think that if you do everything, if you are strong, if you work hard and everything, that you are the man. If you show your emotions, not interested, because men does not show emotion. That has been conditioned to us from our childhood, but things are changing, and I've seen now children are being taught to show their emotions. But this is the journey I begin and start talking to men and to be there for them. And there are men I met, they are, literally cry out loud because they've never been listened to, and they just want somebody to listen, just want somebody just to hear them as what they are going through. They don't ask for money, they don't ask for anything, they want somebody to listen to them, because they are just suppressing everything in their body. And then you can see that suppression comes out as cancer, or sometimes that suppression comes out as anger, and that anger become domestic violence or something else. So you can imagine that is like what you call it, a volcano inside that man going through, and he can't express it because he's not been told. And I remember running this group for mental health, and this one guy was talking, and I said to him, "Are you waiting for a permission?" And he says, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "You are talking, but you are not articulating. Are you waiting for permission?" And he went back in his childhood and it says, "Yes." And I said to him, "You have been permitted to express yourself." And he started expressing himself. So there are people who have been conditioned so badly that they can't do things, and that's what has happened. And this journey of helping other men has been what I call it, top of my head. Sometimes I get so much involved, and sometimes I'm completely detached, because I have to have my own sanity as well. I need to protect myself, so I have to be mindful that how this all comes together. But I'm here. I'm always here to listen.
And Sam, do you have a group or anything that people can join? How do you get?
They can just communicate with directly on my mental health group on the Facebook. If they want
Facebook, okay, that's great. So we'll get all these links and we'll put them below everything, so that people can reach out. But I actually do think, listening to you, a lot of men, we need to really be pushing this book to men. Why? Yes. It's nothing to do with the book sales, because it's not expensive and there's not much in it with charities and all sorts of stuff. But what's important in that, it will give other men permission,
yes,
to be vulnerable, to know they've got a strength, to know they have a voice. And yes. And that was my vision when I first thought about that. And it came about with working with male authors. And I'm a very privileged human being, where people tell me their stories from a soul level. And that gave me the idea when I saw the transformation men, because they were being listened to and they could talk about things that they hadn't spoken about all their lives. And so for me, this is what this is all about. So it's really right and proper and fitting that you're here right now, because we will support your mental health definitely as a voice of strength, as helping, channeling men to come and speak with you, be part of your work. I'm more than happy to do that. I'm more than happy to do that. And we can have a wee chat about it later. But anyway, we're over time as always. I know I should have made these longer, but thank you very much, Sam. Thank you very much for giving us your time. Thank you, Narration. Thank you, Ritu, for coming along to support Sam. And don't worry, we will be spreading this out everywhere and letting the world know, all the men, about mental health and how that is going to support them and help them shed all the weight and the baggage they've been carrying about all their life. And as Kevin Ward said, men put everything into compartments like waffles. And so I think you really should talk to him as well, because the work he's doing very much complements what you're doing. And this is what I think is magical about bringing amazing 17 men, human being folks together in one book. So thank you very much, everybody. I'll be back in about 10 minutes or so with our next guest, Satwinder Sagu. So until next time, this is Brenda saying, be brilliant. Much love and toodle poop. Namaste, everybody. Namaste.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you. Bye, Nadine.
Bye.